Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Labor Day, wherever you're watching around the world in the U.S. and Canada. So happy Labor Day and good afternoon on this Monday, September 1st, 2025. Welcome to Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, Season 11, Episode 33, overall 583 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph, Ottawa. Check out their website, barrycullen.com, or you can call the dealership at 519-824-0210 and tell them Chris Palme sent you, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership has been a proud sponsor of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show exactly 3 years ago. So I want to say thank you to Mark Cullen, Paul Cullen, and the Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership for sponsoring this show. And Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership has been family run and operated here in the city of Guelph since 1969. I want to give a shout out today too to Nick Small, Connor Solvay, Rick, Dallas. A group of them decided this weekend to walk 65 kilometers from BMO Field in Toronto, the home of the Toronto Argonauts, to Hamilton Stadium, where they finished off their walk today in support of CFL Fans Fight Cancer. So congratulations to Nick Small, Connor Sauvé, Rick, and Dallas for doing this 65-kilometer walk the last 3+ days. And hopefully they raised a ton of money for CFL Fans Fight Cancer. And if you want to donate online, go to CFL Fans Fight Cancer.com. I think what they're doing is outstanding and stuff like that. So, and speaking of Labor Day here in Canada, you got not one, you got two CFL games going on today. Right now, you have Toronto and Hamilton. That started at 2:30. It's at halftime right now. The Argonauts are leading 15-13 over the Hamilton Tiger Cats, who got back into this game with a late second quarter block punt for a touchdown, and that could change this game. The Argos were up 15-6 in control of this game, but a special teams miscue on the block punt of John Haggerty's punt got the Tiger Cats 7 points closer. So Toronto leads 15-13 at halftime. They have over 25,000 fans today at Hamilton, an attendance record for a non-Grey Cup game. So congratulations to the Hamilton Tiger Cat fans and some Toronto Argonaut fans that made the trip down the QEW. And then tonight, 6 o'clock, we have the Edmonton Elks, who are now 4-6, taking on the Calgary Stampeders tonight at 6 o'clock. So lots of CFL Labor Day action here as well. And speaking of baseball, the Tigers and Mets are going to the ninth inning. The Mets are leading the Tigers 10-8, going to the top of the ninth. And once again, Detroit starting pitching Charlie Morton struggled today. And then the bullpen is just a dump fire. Other than Kyle Finnegan, who they got recently at the trade deadline, and Will Vest for the most part has been pretty solid. The Tigers bullpen has been awful. So hopefully the Tigers can rally. They're down 10-8. And the Blue Jays are in action today in Cincinnati. The Jays were trailing 2-1 in the ninth inning, and then the Jays offense got going and went up 4-2. But again, the Blue Jays bullpen couldn't hold the lead. It's now 4-4 in the bottom of the ninth. In that last count, Cincinnati had a runner at second base was 1 out. And last night, college football, Miami hung on to beat Notre Dame 27-24 on a last-minute field goal. And of course, Michigan won their game 34-17 over New Mexico on Saturday. So it's a great time of the year for CFL, NFL, and college football as well. I'm just waiting for my guest to come on. My guest is my scheduled guest. Her name is Jay Parker. She is a WNBA agent and the founder of Jay Parker Sports Agency Management in Chicago, in Illinois. And I think she's having some technical difficulties. So while we wait for Jay, I'm going to play a video of a post-game conference I was at last week in Toronto with Ryan Dinwiddie after the Argos win over the BC Lions. So I'm going to play a video of Ryan Dinwiddie as we wait for my guest, Jay Parker, to come on.
Ryan, 52 points. If I had told you you were going to score that, would you believe me?
No, I mean, I knew we were going to score, right around that 30 range. That's always our goal, to get in the 30s. I feel like you got to score 30 in this day and age to get wins. I thought Nick played great. I don't think he missed much, right? Our running back ran it downhill. Our O-line stuck up the second half. So that was good to see, because I love throwing the football, but I like running it more. Just we have to get it going there.
Speaking of running, Brown came in the second half. What did you think of this play?
Yeah, ran it downhill, right? He did a good job jump cutting and squeezing. But I thought he had a great performance. He's only been here for 2 weeks, right? So, new to the CFL game, we do his resume, and that's why we chose to go with him. We thought he could help us as a football club. We did that tonight.
Ryan, the reputation of this team under you for the past few years before this year. What made you guys tick? Today is the first game in the season that you've had.
Yeah, he's kind of been our big, play guy. I thought all those guys stepped up. Jake, played really good. Nick gave him a chance to make plays. O-line did a good job protecting Nick for the whole game. Around that, we had obviously 2 O-line injuries. Next man up, but was the rest. But yeah, we got to take some time to clean up. But we got a long week, so we got to find ways to get those guys healthy.
Ryan, how does getting a win like today prep you for what's going to be a hostile environment in Hamilton come next Monday?
Yeah, I just think we needed to win in the first place. Obviously, based off standings and where we're at as far as our record, but I think we needed to just build confidence. Even myself as a coach, I think I need to see our guys finish in the fourth quarter. And when we fast start, we only get 3 there, was unfortunate, but down 14-3, those guys answered the bell. I thought they fought back. We showed a highlight film yesterday. We never normally show highlight films after losses, but it shows good. We hadn't been able to collectively finish games, and it was good to see those guys do it all game.
Coach, can you talk about Reset? He had a great game in Edmonton. He had a great game tonight. What have you seen in him that he has been able to switch get the switch going now?
Yeah, we put him to number 2 in the boundary. Kick the bars, and coaching squad the bars knows that position. I think Breezy's played pretty well the whole year, right? Sometimes the ball just doesn't find good, but I think we found the bars as much as we anticipated going in this game. But those guys have fought and they played hard. I always tell Brissett, he's a football player now, not a basketball player. He can go up and get it, but the physicality's there as well. It's been nice to see his growth since we brought him in the building.
Coach, the defense gets a pick 6 and a late fourth quarter fumble recovery. Talk about their play today.
Yeah, that was a great sack fumble. You can tell he's beat up. He wanted to play this week. We were thinking about resting him. We knew we have a longer week going to Hamilton, so he wanted to fight through it. Thought he did for the most part. Benji, playing more aggressive. I thought he'd be a little bit passive. Benji's been the guy that's been throwing over the machine for us in years past. So I think he's got to, pull the trigger a little bit like he did today. That was a big play. Got us going. So I thought Benji, answered the bell as well.
Does this win spark the excitement back in that room?
Oh, for sure. I waited a few minutes before I normally break them down, just so they can enjoy it. So I think we obviously know we have a tough opponent next week. Mountains play good football, and they play really good at home. So there's a lot we can get better at, right? We've had too many penalties on defense, right? Roughing passes, those things. We got to clean up. But I thought the fight was there, and I just felt like guys felt when it was trying to make a play or trying to get them off the field. We didn't blink, and those guys, play with confidence, and that's what we need to do. It's just tough to have confidence to remain, right? And go to work, you stay and do the things you need to do to get better. So proud of that.
I'm curious, Ryan, you being a former quarterback, head coach, look at a guy like Jay as well, and just kind of what he's been through this year. Obviously, starting his first few games, kind of cut return, going to practice roster, now coming back and being a pretty vital part of the offense. What do you see from him from a quarterback's perspective, and then what do you see from him as a head coach perspective?
Yeah, I mean, he's got a big net, right? Big catch radius. No one really gives him credit for that, right? He's got a long wingspan. He can do it ball in hand. You can get to the second level with his, get up on toes with defenders. But he's also done a great job of blocking for us. So later in the game, I had him doing a lot of the C-gap cutoffs on the defensive ends, trying to take some hits off of Kevin. Jake's willing, and he's not as big in stature, but he plays.
Ryan, just a quick question. Thoughts on Nick Arbuckle and how much he's evolved with his offense? And also, did you say anything to the team when you guys were down 14-3 in this game today?
Yeah, I think you can go to the 14-3, right? We could have held our tents a little bit or sulked, and I thought the guys just rallied, and we've had those moments at different times, and we haven't exactly recovered from it. I thought we recovered from it. That was kind of our message all week. But I think those guys started to buy into that. We're not out of it yet. And Nick, I think, has done a good job for us all year. The first few weeks, we were growing as our offense identity. I think we're getting there, especially with the run game, that kind of stuff. But Nick's been playing really good football. Very proud of him. We've been together for a long time.
Coach, with the win today, you're tied for fourth in Argo's history for wins as a head coach. What does that mean for you?
It means a lot. I took the job. I'm going to be here a long time. I had 10 years in my goal. I don't know if I'll still be there, but I enjoy living here. He was born here, right? Oldest 6 years old, born in Calgary. So this is home for us, right? Like every time we fly in from road games, I'm like, all right, it's home. That's a very comfortable feeling. But we want to win for our fans and build our fan base. But very appreciative of the opportunity to give me, and I want to reward them.
Thanks, Ryan. That clip was courtesy of my YouTube channel, Chris Pame, live with CDP Talk Show. Please remember to subscribe, like, and follow. And that was Ryan Dimwitty last week after the Argos win 52-34 over the BC Lions. And I have some good news. My guest is on, and we're going to bring her on just now. Her name is Jay Parker. She's a WNBA agent, and she's a founder of Jay Parker Sports Agency Management out of Chicago. And she's also a head coach as well. So we're going to bring Jay Parker on right now. Good afternoon, Jay. How are you?
Good afternoon. How we doing? How we all doing?
I am good, and I do apologize for the time mix-up. I should have communicated with you because I guess I'm an hour ahead of you, being on the East Coast, and you're on Central Standard Time in Chicago.
Yeah, for sure. No worries. You're all good.
Well, okay. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it, and want to wish you a happy Labor Day. And how are you doing? And how are things in the agency world these days in sports?
I'm doing pretty good. Everything is doing kind of good in my agency. Just signed another young lady out in Australia. She's getting ready to go to Ecuador. So she is 6'8". So she's originally from Australia. So she's a vet.
Wow.
So yeah. So just kind of keeping busy and doing my thing, and pretty much all is well. Yep.
6'8". Wow. That's gonna be. Is she one of the tallest basketball players that you've signed so far?
Yeah, as a female, yes. Yep. I'm sorry, not 6'8". I'm sorry, 6'4". I apologize.
6'4".
Hmm.
Okay, but it's pretty good
It's a
size.
still pretty size here.
One thing about basketball now, it's completely international, and Canada now has produced a lot of great basketball players too. I think Canada is now second in producing NBA players after the States, I guess.
Yeah, they are actually. Canada has huge big players and huge big things going on with them. Actually, I've sent some of my clients over there into their lead in Canada as well. So it's very, very good, and it's one of the biggest top for men and women actually in the basketball world. So yeah.
Have you had dealings with some semi-pro basketball leagues in Canada yet?
I have not as yet. Nope.
Okay, because I was involved with the basketball league called the National Basketball League of Canada, and now it's called the Basketball Super League, which is commissioned by David Magley, who I've had on my
Okay.
show.
Oh,
So he's
nice.
involved. Yes, and basketball, man, is it's a huge sport, and now you're seeing the WNBA come to Toronto. I think the Toronto Temple is what they're going to be called. So they're going to be starting up, and then you got teams coming to Philadelphia and Detroit in the
Yeah.
next couple of years.
Yeah, yeah. The WNBA is kind of blooming with extra teams and stuff like that. So I think that's exciting for the women's world right now. What's happening also with the WNBA is a lot of injuries. I was just having a conversation with a young lady, and we was just talking about the sky and a lot of injuries. Juju Watkins and quite a few other players. And I mean, to me, I feel like the sky right now. They lost big two pieces of their teams. Kit, what's her name? Carter, Kennedy Carter. She was one of the biggest, piece of Chicago Sky, and like she's living her best life right now overseas. So she's in Japan as we speak. She was in China, so she's living it up.
And I know you played high school basketball for 4 years and collegiate for 3 years. That's a good
Hmm.
run, 7 years.
Yes.
I wanted to get your opinion, Jay. How much has women's basketball evolved, and how much has the talent level improved since your playing days?
Oh my God, it's improved tremendously. I mean, a lot of things that's going on now, we didn't even get like NIL deals. I mean, we never got NIL deals whatsoever in playing basketball, especially. I mean, these different deals going on with endorsements. I mean, that's a lot of that. We didn't get that when I played ball either. And I'm just excited for the new talent, with Juju Watkins, Paige Becker, Caitlin Clark, all Angel Reese, all of those new talent girls that's coming out that have came out and played, and Juju Watkins, she has another year or so she's be coming out. I think she's kind of going to be better than Caitlin Clark. I mean, we'll see,
Really?
but yeah, I
Wow.
believe that. Yeah, I believe because I believe Juju Watkins, she's an overall player. She's a really, really good overall player. Um, as you know, Caitlin Clark, she's a good player too, but my thing is her specialty is in just shooting threes, and I mean she got a good defense, but my thing is more Juju Watkins is more of a overall player in the basketball world. So yeah, I think she's gonna set the tone really, really high over Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. So yeah, I do believe
Do,
that.
do you think maybe over time Caitlin Clark will kind of evolve and improve even more as a player, or do you think
Of course,
the
yeah.
three point match? Because you see it with NBA players where some just do certain things, and then over time they evolve and they become a better player all around.
I think too is having the right people around you as well to make you a better player and a good player. I think that's the biggest thing, even with the NBA, like Stephen Curry and LeBron James. All of them had like good players around them to make them a better player. Like even Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant had Michael Jordan. We all know Michael Jordan was his big brother, and they called each other, little brother, big brother. So I think Caitlin Clark will eventually evolve and be stronger over the years if she stay healthy. That's the biggest thing. It's about staying healthy and taking care of your body, what you put into your body, how you recover, all of that plays a part with athletes, being an athlete myself, a lot of times playing ball in my high school years and my college years or just playing ball still, it's like you have to take, full effect about what you put in your body. What's important, how much sleep you get. Are you eating fruits and vegetables? Are you not stressing? Are you taking ice baths? Are you stretching enough? How long do you stretch? I mean, all of that plays a part, so that's huge, huge in the basketball world, especially for women, because the injuries take a little bit longer, to recovery, especially when you tear your ACL or Achilles and stuff like that. So that's really, really important. So
Jay, I want to ask you this. How valuable was playing for 7 years, like 4 years high school, 3 years collegiate, and then obviously coaching as well, and then the transition from being a player to a coach to an agent?
I think in my high school years, it was great. I had exciting time, just kind of a lot of team chemistry with, playing in high school and having nothing to worry about. But college is a whole different ball game as well. College is more structured, right? You're a student athlete before you become anything else. So your education, your studies, all of that plays a part when you play in college ball. Not saying it doesn't play a part when you're in high school, but in college, definitely, because it could make or break you when your scholarship is on the line. And right now in the basketball world, it's like a lot of in this generation, all the kids are just looking at just like, how can I get an NIL deal? They don't too much care about their grades. Is how can I get an NIL deal? That's the first thing they ask. It's like, what? What do you have to fall back on when you get injured? You know what I mean? What's your fallback plan? So, um, and then just transitioning to coaching, I think coaching is, I miss it a little bit because being an agent is like, I don't get to coach as much as I like to, but it's always checking in on my clients and doing this and that, and making sure they're okay, and just kind of, their livelihood, their health, their mental state, where they're at. Some of my clients now, some sit, some get, ready to, they go quickly, but it's all about, when they're sitting, they have this anxious part. They're all anxious, and it's like, hey, when I'm getting ready to go, when I'm going, when I, so it's like, you got to be patient. Everybody doesn't go at the same time, So, and the way the overseas market is, they just don't look, it's all about numbers. What the overseas market, with coaches in overseas, they look at the numbers. Are you putting up stacks? You know what I mean? They're not looking at anything else but those stacks number. So can you score, can you continuously score 22 points and keep this up in your entire contract mode? Because if you drop, you coming back home. That's one thing. Can you drop 30 points? Consistency. So it's all about that. So I kind of keep that in their mind and their, in their back pocket, letting them know like, hey, overseas is a whole different ball game. You're by yourself. You're not really with family nor friends. You have to build that relationship with your team. Team chemistry is so important. Communication so important. That's the two things that to me stand out when you're overseas and when you're playing college ball too. The communication part, you got to be able to talk on the floor. A lot of players have that problem, and I see that, even in the professional world, just going to different games, you see that a lot. Communication is not common on the court. So I think we, as being in the basketball world, we need to get better at that. So
And when you were playing the game of basketball, how valuable was the education part of it as well? And obviously, it's helped you with being a sports agent now too.
education was the number one thing in my life. I always kept that in the back of my head because I knew I wasn't going to play ball forever. So I needed something to fall back on. My plan B, I think education sets the tone what your future is going to be like. At the end of the day, too, if you get hurt and a bad injury and you no longer can play ball, what is that saying? How can I, bounce back? It's all about mentally bouncing back too when you get an injury. A lot of these athletes now, these young generations now that we in, they don't know how to bounce back when something happens. They go into depression mode and stuff like that. I think that's important. Like what me kept me helping me bounce back is God. I always put God in my life and number one thing. And a lot of these athletes don't have that. They don't think that spiritually will guide you into your career or into your life. You must have God in your life to carry on. That's the only way you're gonna make it. Because people disappoint you all day long. They'll tell you one thing but do another. They'll promise you this and don't follow through. So I think the biggest thing to me that kept me strong was God Himself. He's like the head of my life. The first thing I get up, I do, I pray, I meditate. And I think a lot of athletes now, they don't do that. They just jump right up and just forget all about what they hit the gym. And that's fine and dandy, but you have to pray and meditate. So, yeah.
Who were some of your early basketball influences and mentors in your life
When I was younger or just in
in
general?
general?
I think Cynthia Cooper, I loved her. Teresa Weatherspoon. Um, I can say Cheryl Miller. I loved her. I like now Sue Bird. She's a killer. I love her. She's no longer playing no more, but I love her style of playing. Diana Taurasi. I love her style of playing too as well. Um, who else? Who else? Maya Moore. Maya Moore is the biggest one, I should say. She's no longer playing, but she was definitely the biggest key player that I always looked up to as well. So yeah.
How important is it as a student athlete to have a strong support system as well?
I think having a strong support system actually is the key to. A lot of athletes these days don't. Like my father and my grandma was the biggest supporters ever. Like my dad to this day, it's like he's so proud of me of becoming a sports agent and always follow my dream and my passion. I had to go through some trials and tribulations, bump my head a little bit here and there, but I think your trials and tribulations makes you stronger. It makes you grow, right? Over the years, it teaches you lessons where, in the basketball world, say, hey, I can't do this or I can do that, or, things to come. Because again, people promise you things in the basketball world but don't follow through. And sometimes it's a lot of disappointment, a lot of hurt. So I think life challenges, I always tell this to my clients, right? I tell them your experience are the best lessons, right? Because when you go through something, it teaches you, no matter if it's in the basketball world, your relationship, or anywhere in your personal life. It's so important. So yeah.
By the way, I have a number of people watching our show today. Alexi Conley, who's a chef and a comedian. Robbie Schneider,
Okay.
who's a podcast host. Dan Moore, who I know. And also Edward Hearn. He's from Los Angeles. He is an aviation engineer, and he also rides motorcycles. So anyone that's watching our show right now, live stream, thank you so much. And if you have questions for Jay Parker or myself, please type them in the comment section as well. Jay, when you played basketball in high school or collegiate, how would you describe yourself as a player? And did you have a favorite number? And who were some of your favorite players growing up in the NBA as well?
Ooh, um, favorite player in the NBA, Michael Jordan, all time, right?
MJ.
Number one, MJ, all
What
time,
make
right?
what makes him the GOAT in your
I
opinion?
mean, it's just his style of player. He's a team player. It's all about the team with him. He's not that one solid player that he's not a ball hog. He's not that. He's a team player. He played with the best three people: Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, him, and what's another?
Tony Kukoc,
Tony Kukoc.
Kukoc,
Yeah,
Bill
yeah.
Cartwright, Ron
Cut right.
Harper.
Ron Harper. That's
Yeah.
what made the team. When you have a best team chemistry like that, you're going to win games like that. It's not about you, and I think that's the best thing, you know. Um, the number I wore in high school and college, it was 32. So it was like a switch off to 23. It was 32.
Magic Johnson wore that number too, number
Yeah.
32. By the
I
way,
know it.
I know MJ's the GOAT, but there was one guy that was his teacher and how taught him how to win. And regardless if he likes him or not, I know they don't like each other, but
Mhm.
Chicago native Isaiah Thomas is the reason why I
Isaiah
became
Thomas, yes.
a Pistons fan. And the Pistons had to learn to win from the Celtics, and the Bulls eventually learned how to win from the Pistons, and that's how it goes in sports.
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely. I think I was a point guard, so I played the one and the two. I love controlling like the point guard is I love that. I mean, I can shoot all day too, but my thing is I love to control the floor. I love to move players around, my teammates around and stuff like that. So
I played a little basketball in high school back in the 80s, but I was a backup guard and I loved it. I loved it. I might not have been the greatest at basketball, but it was a great experience as well.
I mean, when I'm on the floor now, I mean, I lock in. I get in this zone and I just zone out and I play. I can play for 8 or 9 hours. I can go. One time being in California, I played in the hot sun at Cal State, University of Northridge. We played for like 8 games, 8 or 9 games straight from like sun up, I mean, burning hot to like in the evening time, 8 or 9 o'clock at night. It was crazy. I don't know how I do it, but I did it. It was crazy.
What
So
was what was your most memorable basketball moment and how tall were you as a guard?
I was very short. I'm short now. I'm like maybe 5'5", but I was very short as a guard, like 5'2", 5'3". So I shot up there a little bit. I guess my best memorable moment for me playing ball, I think winning my high school championship when I was in high school. Just knowing that, we went all the way, we were nonstop. So yeah.
No matter how many individual awards you have, they can't ever take away a championship.
No, not at all. I mean, once
And
you win one, it's all over. That's the most memorable thing. Yeah, it's always gonna stick. Yeah, totally.
and how would you describe yourself as a coach?
As a coach, most of my players say I'm very strict when I coach them. I'm very disciplined. I'm always on them. Always, just very, because I want the best for my players, and I feel like if I can't have the best, I don't want the best at all. And that's one thing about me that I strive for the best. You always have to have the best for yourself, and if you don't want it for yourself, no one else gonna want it. So I will always want the best for my team. I feel like the number one thing too is you must work hard, and execute. I tell my players all the time, like I let them know, like the way you practice is the way you play the game. So if you practice like crap, you gonna play the game. When you get in the game, you gonna play like crap. But if you practice like you want to win, we're gonna win the game. So, and it's all about communication. That's how I
Abs-
look at it.
Absolutely. And Edward Hearn, who's from Los Angeles, he's watching our show on Instagram Live. He has a question for you, Jen.
Okay.
He wants to know, my granddaughter is 9 years old and just starting basketball. Any advice for her starting out?
Yeah, just teach her the basics. Just the basics, dribbling, fundamentals. Fundamentals will go a long way. She's 9 years old, so the fundamentals is so important. A lot of kids now they don't want to learn, they or have not learned the fundamentals, and then when they start playing high school ball and college ball, they forget it. And you have to start with the basics of fundamental basketball. That's the only way that you're gonna actually be the best and know. All that other stuff does not matter because overseas and certain countries, that's all they do. They don't finesse, they don't do nothing else fancy, only in the States. You see that more in the States than you see overseas. Overseas is just structure basketball. And even in the women's game, it's structure. That's why a lot of people love watching the women's game instead of the men because the NBA now is like you look at the game now and you're like, why is this big guy shooting? What's going on? Why is he shooting a three? Everybody wants to shoot threes and it becomes boring
Yep.
now. You're like,
Yep.
I'm not even in the mood to watch this game. I'd rather watch the women play. So it's all about fundamentals. Yes.
Do you find fundamentals in basketball in North America specifically have kind of shrunk?
Yes, I have actually. I think they got away from that, only because is what they see in the NBA now. Again, everybody wanted to do the step back, the Euro step, even though the Euro step came from Europe. But if they everybody see like LeBron James doing it, or James Hardy doing certain things, so everybody want to mimic that. I think you have to be you. If you're going to be good, be you. Just make a name for you, and not I'm Kobe or I'm LeBron or I'm Michael Jordan. Everybody wanted to be MJ. I'm MJ. Okay, MJ is MJ, but you're not MJ. MJ put in the work. MJ still played when he was sick. MJ got up and worked out. Even Kobe, some of his interviews I've listened to, and he was in the gym at 4 in the morning. He went to the gym 3 or 4 times. 4 in the morning, dropped his kids off, went back, had lunch, went back, trained. He was the first one in early and the last one out. So yeah.
I would even say the same for Isaiah Thomas too. He would play
Hmm.
hurt a lot too, and to me, I think he doesn't get enough credit for what he does as well. And to me, I think the golden era of basketball was in the '80s and even in the early '90s as well. And
Hmm.
I'd like to see right fundamentals get back in, and we all like to see the 3-point shots and the half court shots, but it would be nice to see layups again, slam
Yeah.
dunks, guys going to the paint. It just
Yeah.
and it seems like you can't even play defense anymore in the NBA without being called for a penalty,
Oh
like
my God,
a
LeBron does
foul.
that really right. LeBron does that so bad. It's like I don't even like watching this guy. I'm like, if you tap him the wrong way, he's crying. I mean, I love LeBron, but it's like, come on, dude. Like every little thing, like I'm not trying to bash his game, but you're soft. You're crying over, something simple, and I don't think that every little touch or every little you want every call. Come on. Like get up out of here with that. So I think it has changed. The NBA has changed a lot because there's no more defense. There's no more, just fundamentals. It used to be really, really nice to see it, but everybody wants to finesse. Everybody wants to do their own thing. And I think at the end of the day, why, again, going back to no one wants to drive in the paint. Everybody wants to shoot threes. Anthony Davis is another guy. Dude, you're 6'8". Why are you shooting threes? What's wrong with this picture? You know what I mean? Like, no, you should be guarding the paint.
Do you see that in the end and in the WNBA as well with the women?
I see basic fundamental basketballs. You don't see too much of what you see in NBA. I think a lot of times the women, even with college ball, like you see a lot of that just fundamentals because that's what is excite people to watch. Not all of that, extra. And I think that's the thing is just getting back to that. I wish the NBA just get back to that because they would be nice to see. But at the end of the day, it's just everybody, want to showboat, So that's what I call it.
Jay, how did you come about starting up your own sports agency, Jay Parker Sports Agency Management Company, and what were some of the challenges of starting up your own business at the beginning?
How did I actually it's my first name. I started with my first name. And then J Parker Sports just went there. It sounded like a good ring. Cause one of my couple of friends was like, you love ball so much. Why don't you just brand yourself? Make a brand of you, you have the passion, you have the talent, you have all this is everything is you. Everything that states about your brand is you. So why don't you put it together? And I did. Um, the challenges I would say when I first became in just a sports agent period, it was tough because you always have to validate who you are, what player did you sign, who's the biggest client you sign, and why should I come on your become on your company type of thing. Like why should you sign me? Or I can go to another agency and still get, and it's like, okay, you know. But that's the thing, it's all about validation. I did put on my first showcase in Las Vegas. That went well.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That went really well. That was a 2 day. I'm doing something in Dallas for the women too. We're doing like a women's expo for the women that's has not went overseas yet. So we're putting that together September 27, 28. I can send you the flyer. You can post it. So yeah, that's gonna be hosted in Dallas. So just it's just you having the patience and then having God on my side. Just asking God. I mean, the thing is just walking by faith and not by sight, knowing that I can do it. Because everything you do is gonna be a challenge. Like for real. It don't matter what job, what company, what you're doing, everything you're
Agree.
gonna have someone always going to have something to say critical about what you're doing, but God is the only one that can walk you through it, and you have to lean out on your faith. So you have to step out on faith and just go with it. If God say you can do it, do it. So yeah, he'll add the people, he'll bring the resources, and that's what he did for me. He brung me the people, he brung me the resources. So I asked and he said you shall receive. So that's how I got.
For me in media and radio, I started this 6 years ago, self taught. You
Mm-hmm.
have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. And you have to have a strong mindset as well as a determined willpower. And every opportunity I've had, Jay, I've had to work for it and earned it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's been given to me. And I love what I'm doing. And I can tell how passionate you are as well. Can you just tell my audience, being an entrepreneur as well, how important is branding and marketing yourself and getting the right logo for your business when you're starting up?
Branding yourself is hard because if you don't have the right people in your circle, it will be hard. Marketing as well is very, very hard. How I got my logo, I went through like 8 different logos and 8 different logos, 8 to 9, 10 logos to get the right one. And then when I found the right one, I was like, this is it. This is the one I want to use. Um, it's just, it states me. It states, the female version of Michael Jordan, even if it's not Michael Jordan, but it states me. It's how I, see myself or saw, being on the court and stuff like that. And my whole thing is just branding, like I said, is very hard. Just not, if you don't have the right people in your circle, it's not gonna happen. If you don't have someone that say, hey, I want to see you win, it's not gonna happen. You have, like you said, you have to believe in yourself first and then have others follow. And then if God says it, then he'll make it happen. And that's one thing that I believe so strongly in. My faith is so strong in everything I do, right? Just like you, Chris, when you said you had to work for everything, like I had to work for everything. I had to prove myself all the time to my family and friends, you know, everybody, because most people feel like you're not good enough, or why are you even starting this? Because my thing is, people, they'll say one thing but they'll do another. Then they see your success, then they want to jump on and say, hey, I want to be a part of it. No, 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 you wasn't trying to help me build it, so why would you want to be a part of it now? But you see my success, now you want to be added on. No, we're not doing it. We don't do that. So I have like three. I have one really good business partner, and he definitely believed in me. He took me under his wing and everything. His name is Wayne Wooten, and he's my to go guy. And he allowed me to shine the way I wanted to shine. He was in the background. He's like, "Hey, you got this, Jay. Do your thing. Whatever you need from me, I'll be there." And he's my backbone. He supported me all the way, and I definitely, because he believed in God too. And he told me, he was like, I don't know what your faith is, but if you believe in God, the people will come. When you start signing, you'll start, and it went just like that. When I first signed my client to my, when I posted it up on LinkedIn and people start seeing it, I mean, it was like a triple effect. It was like I was getting inboxes day after day, day after day, day after day. It was crazy. So, and I also just signed, I don't know if you saw, Paris Collins. He's an NBA G League. He's my client too. So he's one of my biggest clients that I have. So Paris Collins. Yep.
Congratulations. And one of my viewers who's watching again on Instagram,
Hmm.
Edward Hearn, has another question for you, if
Okay.
that's okay. He wants
Yeah.
to know, Jay, is there anything you wish you would have had done differently?
No. I think everything happens for a reason. So I wouldn't change a thing differently at all. How I started, how I became the agent I became now. I think everything happens for a reason in life. With with God, God, like I said, I consistently keep mentioning it because again, that is my rock. That's without God, I wouldn't have made my company the way it is. I wouldn't have made my brand. I wouldn't know if I could have been in business. I wouldn't change anything because now it taught me I can do anything I put my mind to, right? So that's why I tell people is like my athletes now, if this truly your passion, go after it. You know, pray about it, meditate about it, go after your passion. Don't settle. And I always tell myself, I never settle for less. I always settle for more because I deserve more. That's how I look in the mirror every day, all day. I deserve more and I deserve the best. So, yeah.
Being the founder of J. Parker Sports Agency Management, can you tell my audience how important contacts and networking are in this industry?
Oh yeah, it's so important. If I had to rank it from 1 to 20, 20 will be your top. It's so important to like build relationships after relationships after relationships. All money is not good money. I will say this, but you have to have discernment. That's what I have. I have discernment when I talk to certain people. If they're gonna be for me, they'll be for me. If they're not, they're not. You know, God always give me that sign of discernment, and that's what I use. But connecting, networking is so, so important in this industry. And when you having your own company, that's so big. Just going to this NBA Summer League, I was able to connect with so many important people, so many important NBA agents. Derek Boom was one of the guys. Also, he's also one of the guys I network with. Just so many. He's been there since day one. For in the NBA Summer League. So yeah, I mean it's so important. Yep.
Jay, obviously, when you're looking at clients, you're looking at athletes who are talented, but what are some other things that you're looking for specifically in a client that you want in a client?
Loyalty, trust. Can I trust you? Can you be loyal? Accountability. Are you accountable? If you make a mistake, are you accountable for your mistake? That's what I look at. So
In 2025, in your opinion, from your experience, what makes a good sports agent? And when an athlete's looking for an agent, what are some signs they should look at before signing with an agency?
I think the biggest thing with signing with an agency, I think trust goes both ways. Communication also goes both ways. I check in daily with my clients, and they all know that. Like this new week, like today, I had to check in with a lot of them. I checked in over the past weekend. I mean, if I have time, I will check in. I won't go like 2 weeks or 3 weeks without it. I'll make sure their mental state is good, how they're doing, how their family's doing, what are they doing to stay in shape, especially with my girls, my women clients, especially with them, because I make sure it's like, hey, are you in the gym? What are you doing? Are you writing out like it's a goal that I make it's like an assessment questionnaire that I have, right? And I make all my clients go through it, men and women. I believe that it teaches me when they fill that out, I can read through if someone's serious or not. If they're not serious, because it talks about your basketball journey, right? Everybody's basketball journey is different. Mine was definitely different because when I was younger, my brother had passed away. So my basketball journey, my inspiration came from him. I lost a
I
brother
am
when I
so
was
sorry.
like, yeah,
I'm
21.
sorry.
So my passion and my drive and my determination came from him. So I continually fulfilled my dream off of that, right? And I built and I built and I built. And that's why I try to tell people, I tell my clients is like, how did your basketball journey start? Who inspired you? What inspired you? You know what I'm saying? Did you always want to become a basketball player? What changes between now And when you get done playing ball, what are some changes? You're not going to be the same person, because I wasn't the same person. I changed, I evolved over the years. And I think that's the biggest thing that people don't realize is about evolving and changing. So, yeah.
And I've done that with this media radio career because I did a corporate security job for 23 and a half years. And then I decided it was time to move on. It was a great 2 decades, and I've now evolved. I used to hate public speaking in front of people, and now I'm very comfortable. And evolved over years, and I'm just trying to prove to people that age is just a number. And I have another good question for you here. This is from
Mhm.
a gentleman. He wants to know, Jay, should sports agents be responsible for teaching their clients financial
Financial literacy.
literacy? Yeah.
I think you said, should sports agents be responsible for teaching their clients financial literacy?
That's the question my viewer wrote. Yeah,
Okay. I think they should kind of teach them. A lot of my clients, I always get like messages in my inbox about most advisors actually wants to become my my clients advisors. So I think at the end of the day, yes and no to that question. At the end of the day, they should and they shouldn't, because I don't, a lot of my clients, they teach on their own about financial literacy, but I have someone that I can hire to teach them financial literacy. Um, yeah.
personally, I think it should start at home, but
Hmm.
I think the high school should a little bit as well. So I think it
Hmm.
should be a little a combination there too.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I really do think that sometimes you may not have that person at home to teach you, and
Good point.
you have to learn on your own. So, or learn from others that can teach you, because we live in society today that, we may not, coming from home environment is not teaching us a thing. You know what I mean? And a lot of times that's our problem too. Parents now these days have to work 2 jobs or even 3 jobs. They're not sitting at home trying to teach their kids anything, to be
Good point.
honest. So you can't say it starts from home. You got to have somewhere else that's going to mold you like a coach. Like me personally, a lot of my girls, when I coach, I teach them financial literacy, because when they go to the WNBA, I feel like you get these contracts, you need to know what you're signing. You need to know how much you're making. You need to know like 10 or 15% is going to be taken out your check. You know what I mean? So it's so important to learn it from someone that's actually care about you and wants you to see you win and be successful. So yeah.
Jay, are you okay for 10 more minutes? Couple more
Yeah,
questions, time
sure,
wise?
sure, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, I'm based out of the Toronto area here in Canada. Can you just tell my audience about all the services you provide at J Parker Sports Agency Management?
So the service I provide basically is branding, marketing. I do a lot of kind of networking as well. I reach out to different like overseas coaches. I have a lot of relationships with them. I do a lot of branding and marketing for my clients too, as far as their profile or their picture, or different things like that. I offer like counseling if they need it, some advice. As far as their career wise, a young lady, she's leaving for Romania tomorrow, and she's a D1 player. And she asked me this question, I think it was last week, and she was trying to figure out, should she take the offer or not. I was like, well, the ball is in your court. I can't tell you what to do, but it's your decision as an adult, right? So I kind of throw the question back on her instead of me answering that question for her. You're an adult. You got to be able to make these tough decisions, right? I can't carry you or hold your hand as your agent. You got to make those decisions. Now, I, negotiate your contract. That's what I also do, negotiation. But you have to be able to stand on your 2 feet and just make that decision. So, yeah.
How important was your education in criminal justice and also getting an MBA in sports management, helping you as an agent?
My MBA helps me more than my criminal justice degree. Only because when I went to school, I wasn't even thinking at the time. I just took because I wanted to be like my dad. Like my dad was in law enforcement for 30 years. He
Wow.
worked for yeah. So actually I just did that because I wanted to follow my dad's footsteps, and I got the degree and never used it. Never. And I wanted to work in the federal, just the federal, just being the Fed, I took the exam for that and I missed it by 5 points. And I was like, you know what? This is not working out for me. And I decided to go back to school and get my MBA because I wanted to learn the business side of basketball, not just shooting hoops. I wanted to learn and dig more into the business side because the business side is a grimy world. And if you don't know, you will get lost and you will just, lose your mind. So you definitely need to know the business aspect of it, especially contract signing. You have to look at a contract and know what you're looking at. Sometimes if you don't, then that's what your attorney is for. Um, you send the contract over to your attorney and look at them. But the thing is, that's so important. So I believe my MBA helped me to know the business aspect of this business and starting my own company and how hard it is to work and work. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I work 7 days a week around the clock. You know what I mean? Like I did say I wanted Sundays off, but I still wind up working.
It's not your
Because
typical 8 to 4 Monday to Friday
no,
job.
and I let it be known that is I don't have days off. I don't, as long as the WNBA and as long as I'm getting clients and stuff, it's not a 9 to 5. It's not a 7 to 3. It's not. It's none of that. So if you want to be successful, you have to work around the clock. You know what I mean? I give myself grace. I do. I may take a break here and there, but best believe I jump back into work. That's why I'm able to be successful. Even when I'm tired, and I'd be dog tired sometimes, and I'd be like, okay, I got this meeting, or okay, I got this Zoom call, or okay, I'm gonna drink some coffee and I'm gonna be cool. So, yeah, it's not a 9 to 5. So, anytime if anyone that out there want to be a sports agent, it's not a 9 to 5 job. You have to grind and you have to work hard. So, yeah.
Great advice, and that's what I'm doing in the radio media industry. I work odd
Mhm.
hours and I don't really take a day off. Technically, when I'm not supposed to be doing anything, I am always creating content or booking guests, which is a full-time job itself.
Hmm.
And knowing all the time zones, everybody's got a different time zone. So I'm learning so much. And that's what I love
Right,
about this
exactly.
industry is, and I'm sure you are with being an agent, is you're always constantly learning every single day something
Oh
new.
yeah, I am up. Like I get coaches sending me. I have like 20 messages when I'm up at 5:30. I am up at 5:30 on the dot. I get messages from 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning from overseas coaches, and I have to respond as soon as I get up. Like I tried that. I try to make it a habit of me praying first, and then I respond. But I get
Coffee?
messages, right? Coffee on the way to the gym. That's my free workout. Coffee is my free workout on the way to the gym. I hit the gym, I respond quickly. I hit the gym, and then after I shower and then hit it again. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm on Zoom calls, then I'm doing paperwork, then I'm talking to other clients. So it's a non-stop. It's every day. It's what I do. Even when I was in Vegas, spending time with my dad. My dad was like, "It's family time." I was like, "I know that." I was like, "If Michael Jordan had called me right now, that means I got to answer, right?" You know what I'm saying? So and I get it. It's about balance, right? So, but to be successful and to have your company be successful, you have to work around the clock 24 hours, right? 7 days a week. That's no time off. Even when I want to have time off. On Sundays, I'm in church. After church, I'm still working. I'm still working. You know what I mean? So it's like I get a little something to eat, I have lunch, and I still work. Because there's always something for me to do. So yeah.
Jay, currently, how many clients and athletes are you representing? And can you tell us some of your newest clients that you've signed recently?
So right now I have about maybe 30 clients right now. So I think the latest client that I just signed was a young lady going to France. Her name is Ozzy. She's from London. She's 6'4". She's a vet. She's not a rookie, so she's a vet. I think I mentioned Paris Collins. He was like the biggest client, one of the biggest client that I had in the NBA G League. So I prayed on that one, and God delivered. So, but yeah, him and then her, and then there's another young lady from Australia. Her name is Kennedy, Bride Kennedy. So she's like one of the newest also. She's coming on board too. So I just signed her the other day. So I have to post. So quite a few. I'm always getting new clients every day, all day, in my inbox. So some of the clients I don't take on because I feel like some of them don't fit the criteria that I need, or the criteria, especially if you have old film from 2023. If you have old film from 2023, it's not going to work. I need current film from 2025 on down to 2024, or 2024 to 2025. That's how it works. Because a lot of these overseas coaches, they won't take old film from 2023 on down. They need up to date recent film. So yeah.
And that's, I guess, advice you would give to athletes that are looking for agents right now to make sure that your highlights and stuff are up to date and not from
Up to
two,
date.
3 years ago.
No. And you got to be passport ready. Like passport ready. You have to be passport ready. Like that's one of the biggest things I always ask my client. Are you passport ready? I won't take you if you're not. And that's one thing. Well, I'm going to get in it. No, 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 no. No, you got to be passport ready, because if I send your film out and let's say you get a job the next day, how you going to go? You're
Yep.
not. So I don't even deal with that. So yeah.
The process, can it be a quick process when you get a client, or sometimes it can be lengthy with negotiations?
Actually, it can be quick. The young lady that's leaving tomorrow for Romania, it was quick for her. It's funny because she was like, when I first got her as a client, she had an agent, and I was like, well, I can't represent you if you already have an agent already. And I told her, I was like, you got to bring me a release form and all of that, because I feel like that's conflict, and agents talk to other agents. And the thing is, I don't fight for clients. I don't step on anybody else's toes for clients at all. So what I told her, I was like, I tell you what, you send me a release form saying your release from this agent, and then you can come aboard if I find you a job, right? I told her that. I found her a job within a week in Romania. Within a week, I sent her film over. I was like, I need a film. I need a copy of your passport. I need your, up to date resume. I sent all of that. They wanted her within a week. After that, she dropped her she sent her old agent an email and was like, "Yeah, I'm signing with Jay Parker." And she did it just like that, because
How set? Oh, go ahead.
it can be like within a week. And she was a D1 player. She came from Ball State University. They liked her right away. So it can be a quick process. It depends on the country and the coach and the GM. Or it can be a slow process where you're sitting for like a month or two. So it depends on what they need and how urgent they need it.
I guess every client situation is different. And how satisfying is it when you are able to help a client find a pro basketball league to play in, a good fit?
Um, I think it's very, very satisfying. At the end of the day, I think that I know I did my job well, and I'm doing my job well. And I think that's the biggest thing too. Knowing that I can deliver. And that's what I think a lot of clients are starting to see, that, oh my God, Agent Parking, she can deliver. She can do this. She's been signing like left and right every other week. She's signing a new client, which is crazy. I have, but it's also been by God's grace. And that's what I tell people. I'm not doing it. It's the man upstairs. It's God. I'm just in a position where I can get these players where I can sign them and find good jobs for them. So it's very satisfying to me. So yep.
Can you just tell us quickly a little bit of being at the forefront of evolving name, image, and likeness with the NLL landscape and how helping student athletes secure strategic brand partnerships and how much college sports has changed because of this?
I think sports have changed a lot. But again, going back to what I said, when I played ball in college, we didn't have NIL deals. We didn't have branding, people to brand us, and we had to really brand ourselves. Or we didn't have endorsement deals and stuff like that. We didn't have none of that when I played in college. And I think college, athletes now they're getting all this money. So as women, athletes now, because at one point it used to be like a controversy of paying athletes, should they be paid while they were in college? And that was a huge thing, huge thing. And it's like, because college students are broke. They ain't got no money. When you're playing basketball, you living off ramen noodles or you living off dorm food. That's not cool at all. So I think in today's society now, I think that's a win-win. I think they stepped up a lot from what it used to be to what it is now. But I think also they pay too many athletes too much money for NIL deals, because then they become really, they set in this tone when they come to pro. When they get to pro, they expect to make the same amount of money when they get the NIL deal. And it's not like that. Reality hits. Just like Angel Reese, and I was talking about this earlier. Angel Reese, yeah, you made a whole lot of NIL money, and that's why she stayed in college for that fifth year. But my thing is, when you're in the pros, you're not making that same amount of money that you made in college. So you're only making $74,000. Like at the end of the day, you have to live off your NIL deals, your endorsements, and stuff like that. That's what's keeping her really, because 74,000, that's like a teacher's salary. That ain't no money, honestly. So and if you're a condo, your apartment or a house or whatever you got, let's say you got a condo for $8,000. 8 times, 12 is $96,000. You know what I mean? And you making 74,000, that's not a good look. You're not really surviving. You're paying a $8,000 condo or an apartment, whatever, but you still have to live off your NIL deals or your endorsement. So that's when you're asking me about the financial literacy, is yes, kids should learn at a young age, but they also, as an adult, you have to be able to manage your money as well. You got to say to yourself, I'm living in this condo for 8 grand. Can I really afford it? No, I can't. You know what I mean? So NBA players don't have that problem because they get big time contracts. But women's sports, on the other hand, yes. But branding, yeah, student athletes, yeah, like I said, we didn't have that like we have it now. So you didn't have a branding when you were in college back during the day. Now you do now. So everybody want to brand their own thing or do their own thing, but you got to be careful too how you brand yourself, because a lot of people that's on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, you're doing this as an athlete, then I wouldn't sign you as an agent. If I see your page is bogus and you're not doing what you're supposed to, I'm not going to sign you as a client. I don't care how much money you making.
It
It's always
takes
about professional.
professionalism, and also any business you do or any career, it takes
Exactly.
years to build up your reputation and
It does.
seconds to lose it.
Yeah, it does. And that's why I tell people, I was like, before I even got an IG page, I wasn't even on Instagram. Like I use it for business. It's all about my business and signing my players and branding and marketing them. That's it. I'm not on that for any personal. I tell people, if it's for personal, I'm not on it. Please don't add me. Don't look for me. It's about business with me, and that's how it is. So yeah.
Quick question here. Do you think the NIL in college sports should have a salary cap for both females and
Yes.
males?
Yes, they should. They should be having a salary cap. Yes, they should. Because right now NIL deals is way too much. They give these college athletes way too much money. just way too much. And then they go ridiculous spending. They go crazy with it. So yeah, way too much.
As we wrap up this show, I do this with all my guests, and
Hmm.
it's basically what's 3 words to describe yourself, Jay
Ooh,
Parker?
3 words to describe myself. Whew, okay. I would say driven, hardworking, and what's the last one I want to use? I would say tenacity,
I was going to say passion, but that's the same
but
thing.
passion too. Yeah,
Yeah.
passion. So yeah.
What are some fun facts or a fun fact about Jay Parker and maybe your company, Jay Parker Sports Agency Management?
What are some fun facts?
Yeah, or a fun fact.
Oh, that's tough. A fun fact. Besides working out, playing ball, yeah. Probably just going to the movies. I guess. I mean, no, I'll take that back. Hanging out with close friends. Hanging out with my close friends or zip lining. That's a fun fact. I love to zip line.
If you ever come to Niagara Falls, Ontario, you can zip the line, do that over the Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls, they have one of those there.
Really? Okay.
Yes. So check in
Nice.
Niagara Falls, Ontario. Now, have you been to Canada yet?
I have not. I would
Okay.
love to. I send my clients there, but I have not been to Canada yet. Yeah.
Because I can't wait for the WNBA team to
I
start up
can't
in
wait
Toronto
either.
too. So hopefully you can
Yeah.
come down here. It'd be nice to meet you as well. And I
Yeah,
want
for
to
sure.
before we wrap this up, I want to say thank you so much, Jay, for being
Yeah.
patient, and we finally connected on here as well. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you're only the second agent I've had on my show. I had one from Toronto that came on that deals with Canadian Football League and the CFL and football players. So it was kind of nice to get an agent that represents basketball players as well.
Yeah, female and male.
Yes.
I like I said, I appreciate your time, Chris. And yes, we had this was fun. I would love to do another one. Put it out there, to brand my business even more. Just to if anyone wants to, reach out to me, they can on Instagram. They looking for an agent. But again, you got to have recent film, a recent up to date resume, and a copy of your passport ready. So, yep.
It's just like in the radio media industry, you can't give out demos and reels from 3, 4, 5 years ago. They want them
Right.
from now. It's just common sense.
Right. I'm always looking for more clients. I'm always looking for more clients. So if you are that client, you see yourself, you want to play overseas, reach out to me. Send me a message on LinkedIn, on Instagram. Yeah, those are the 2 things I'm on right now. So
I have another audience member watching. Her name's Nikki Styles Baker. She is going to be on my show next week,
okay.
and she has her own company called Superflyer LLC. It's a graphic and design art company,
Okay.
and she's a great person as well. So I want to say thank you to Nikki Styles Baker for coming on. She's on my show next Monday at 2 o'clock. So that's a little cheap plug as well. And I do have a comment here. Let's see
Mhm.
what the comment. Oh, Nikki just wants to say hello, and I want to say thank you to Nikki for watching as well.
Yeah, Nikki, hello. It's nice meeting you as well.
Have you
Um,
have you thought about, Jay, if you had the time to do maybe a once a month podcast?
Yeah, I would love to do that. I mean, honestly,
Once
that would be
once a month?
great. Yeah, once a month. I mean,
And
yeah,
just on the sports agency side of it, because a lot of people, we all know about the athletes and that, but there's so much more to being
yeah.
an athlete than just playing the sport on and off the court or field.
And if you can if I can have one of my clients on there, that would be great. Once a
Absolutely.
month, and we can kind of collaborate and talk
Yes.
and
Absolutely, because I like to learn, and my show is very diverse. It's not just a sports show; it's an entertainment show,
okay,
and I love learning and connecting with people, storytelling as well. And this is a new segment I just started recently. It's called
okay.
"Ask the Host CDP," question segment. Do you have a question for the host before we wrap it up?
Yes. So, what inspired you to? What was your inspiration to create your whole, radio thing?
Thank you for asking that question because it really applies to our show today. How much you love basketball and I love basketball. 6 years ago, I was volunteering with a semi pro basketball team here called the Guelph Nighthawks. They
Mm-hmm.
needed a camera person. I've never done camera work in broadcasting in my
Wow.
life. So I said, okay, I'll volunteer. They showed me what I needed to do to film the basketball game.
Okay.
And after the game, they actually paid me for it and they referred me
Wow.
to a cable company. And during the
Okay.
pandemic, I started to learn to do camera work. And then when the pandemic struck here, where everything was shut down in Canada for
Yeah.
2 years, I told the producer, I'm going to start a podcast. This is something I want to do. So volunteering with a semi-pro basketball team kind of ignited my passion for
Nice.
broadcasting. And this technology really helped as well. So the game of basketball kind of really helped me find what I wanted to do at the age of 47. And now I'm 53.
Oh wow. Oh wow. You won't believe how old I am though.
29, 29.
Thank you. I love it. I love it. No, but I'm actually 42.
I wasn't going to ask you, but you look great. And age is just a number, by the way.
Yes, thank you, thank you. But yeah, I would love for this to be posted on Instagram and
Yes,
be a part of
I,
it so my viewers can see and I
I
can I
will.
would love to do it once a month too. Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about it, but I will send you when we get finished tonight. I will send you
Hmm.
the full video, the
Okay.
audio, and then I will edit the video into
Okay.
clips, into 30, 40-second clips. And I've had to self teach myself, and I love doing this, and I just love being on camera. And you have a great show. And Nikki's got
Thank
one more
you.
comment. The
Yeah.
pandemic helped us level up, and I agree with
Yes,
Nikki
I
there.
agree. I agree with that. I tell her I definitely agree with that. Yeah.
You and Nikki maybe, and Nikki has her own podcast show too on Facebook. So maybe
Okay.
perhaps one day you can connect with Nikki. But I've only known her a couple weeks, but she seems like a really good person. And that's the thing about this industry,
Hmm.
connecting with others that have the same passion and energy as you do.
Yeah, let her know. I would love to connect with her. Like,
Okay.
you gonna message her and let her know. And I
Yes,
would
will do.
love to do a podcast with her
Yes.
and just be on
Yep.
her show and we can
Yep.
talk about sports or, just in general,
Yep.
I would love to
Absolutely.
do that. Yeah, like once a
Abs-
month, I have no problem doing that. I think it helps. It will help my business too grow a little bit more too. So just to
yep.
kind of talk about the sports industry. Yep. Oh,
As
she
a
said yes.
as a business, you want to grow. You don't want to shrink.
Exactly.
I used to be 5'9", now I'm 5'6".
Oh, that's what I said. That's why I was like, I'm 5'5". I used to be 5'2". So now I'm
So
5'5".
I'm going the wrong way up. Absolutely. And
Absolutely.
and Nikki says, okay, so yeah, I love connecting with people as well. Finally, before we wrap this up, Jay,
Mhm.
where can our audience follow you on social media, your website, and the best way of contacting you, especially if they're a possible client for you as well?
So the best way will be right now LinkedIn and IG right now. I'm still building I'm getting ready to finish building my website this week. That's part of my actually
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Send me the
I'm
link when it's done.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I so I'm getting ready to finish it up this week. And yeah, LinkedIn and IG will be the best two things to reach me because I'm always checking those. And yeah, definitely. So
And make sure you enjoy the rest of your Labor Day. And I'm
I
hoping to get
will.
and I'm hoping to get back to Chicago one day. I love Goose Island beer. I like Diogenos deep dish
Okay.
pizza. Gio,
Giordano's.
yes,
Giordano.
that pizza is heart attack food, but it's damn good deep dish pizza
I
and Goose
bet it
Island beer.
is.
And Chicago loves their music. They love their food. They love their sports. So I'm hoping to get back there one day as well. And hopefully we'll see you in Toronto one day too.
Oh, of course. When I planned on being there, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I planned on being there. Like it's nowhere I cannot go. I have a passport, so I can go anywhere. It's nowhere I cannot go. So I'm one of those people. Like I can, as an agent, I can
Yeah.
travel anywhere. Nothing will stop. Yeah.
Well, Jay, I want to say thank you so much for coming on here today, giving us over an hour. And I
Okay.
will send you the full video, the audio,
Thank
and some
you.
reels and clips, and I will tag you in there. And hopefully, we'll see you on TikTok one day too.
Yes,
It's
hopefully.
TikTok has been a good tool for me. I learned how to cut promos for my guests and myself through
Okay.
TikTok apps. So if you use it the right way, it's a good tool.
Okay, sure, sure. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Yep, for sure. It
Well,
was good
Jay,
meeting you too.
you too.
Very. I love it.
It
I
was a
love it.
pleasure. It feels like I've known you for years.
I know, right?
So it's just building a
Definitely.
rapport. And I want all my guests to have a good time on here and feel comfortable with me. And that's what I love doing about this show.
Okay, yeah. I
So
think I felt really comfortable. The questions you were asking was really it's so in depth, and then it really focused on my company itself. It really focused on it. So yeah.
thank you. And it was the Toronto Raptors broadcaster, Eric Smith, 5 years ago. Eric
Hmm.
came on my show as a guest. He gave me some advice. He goes, it's okay to write questions and points and notes down, but
Hmm.
talk to your guests, all of them, like you're having a natural conversation at a coffee shop. So, again, a basketball broadcaster kind of influenced me. So, the game of basketball has really kind of shaped my new career. Shape.
Nice.
Yes,
Congratulations on that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's always good to get feedback. I mean, I get feedback all the time differently. How should I do this differently? How should I do that differently? I mean, it's really, really good to get feedback. So yeah, always, always get that feedback. And what could you do better? What could you do differently? That's just in coaching too. Always got feedback from other coaches. Like, hey, how can I shape my team a little better? What can I do differently? So feedback is always the number one thing. So yeah.
absolutely. And Chuck Swirsky, the voice of the Bulls, has been on my show too. So I have a
Really?
bit of a Chicago
Oh my God, you got
And
all
Tim
these
Sink
people,
and
bulls. Oh
Tim.
my God,
Yes,
yes.
he's a great guy. And Tim St. Clair is the PA announcer for the Bulls and Bears. He's been on
Okay.
my show. He did my voiceover too, by the way.
Nice. That's
So,
cool.
so there is a bit of a Chicago connection with my show.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely.
So
I love it. I love it. Definitely that.
we'll save some of it for part two when you come back on again in the
For
future.
sure.
Okay.
For
Well,
sure.
enjoy the rest of your Labor Day.
I will.
Make sure you have a barbecue, have a good dinner, and just enjoy the
Yeah.
weather.
I think I'm gonna just rest the rest of the day.
That's
Barbecue. I'm
okay.
just like, I'm just resting.
Rest is okay. Rest is okay.
Yeah.
But I want to say thank you so much, Jay, and continued success. And
Hmm.
we'll definitely keep in touch with you on social media.
Yeah, for sure. Have a great day. Enjoy
You
your
too.
Labor Day as well. All
You
right.
too.
Bye
Thanks,
bye.
Jay. Bye.
All right. Bye.
All right, everyone. That concludes season 11, episode 33, overall 583 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership here in Guelph. And I want to say thank you to my guest, Jay Parker, WNBA agent, and also the founder and owner of Jay Parker Agency Management Team as well, based out of Chicago. And another comment from Nikki Styles Baker. I did a promo for you, Nikki. You'll be on my show. Nikki will be on our show next Monday, September 8th at 2 p.m. So 2 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you check out Nikki Styles Baker and myself next Monday, September 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern. Nikki goes, I will reach out with potential client. Great energy, guys. Yes, Jay has told me to reach out to her, and she would be definitely interested in coming on your talk show as well, Nikki. So thank you so much, Nikki, for your support, for watching, and I'm excited to have you as a guest on Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show as well. And I want to wish you and your family a happy Labor Day as well. Before we wrap up the show, guys, I have another announcement. The next Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, sponsored by BarryCullen.com, is going to be tomorrow, Tuesday, September 2nd at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, with my West Coast guest, Chelsea Gods. She is a comedian and political commentator out of San Diego, California. This is going to be a little bit of an interesting show. Chelsea is out there on social media, on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. And she's obviously a stand-up comedian and also a political commentator. So I think everybody should tune into Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 on the West Coast, with San Diego comedian and political commentator Chelsea Gods. I think it's going to be a great show, so please check this out as well. And as we wrap up this show, guys, Barry Cullen Chevrolet right now has an employee pricing event at Barry Cullen Chevrolet. 2025 Silverado LD Custom Blackout Edition truck lease from $178 bi-weekly. That's like $89 weekly at 3.9% financing for 24 months with $4,995 down payment on an ultra low kilometer lease. Includes a $5,126 employee pricing credit. More details at barrycullen.com or drop by the dealership at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. And Barry Cullen Chevrolet has been a main official sponsor of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show for 3 years now. So if you're looking for a new or a pre-owned vehicle, check out Barry Cullen Chevrolet here in Guelph. Great products and also great customer service there as well. As we wrap up this show, guys, if you'd like a personalized video message from yours truly, check out Chris Palme on Cameo.com. Go to Cameo.com, type in Chris Palme, happy birthday, happy anniversary, pep talks. If you want to ask me questions about my 3 talk shows, my favorite interviews, check me out on Cameo.com/Chris Palme and book your Cameo today. And as we wrap up the show, guys, if you're looking to adopt a pet, check out the Cambridge and District Humane Society at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. Telephone number 519-623-7722, extension 0, or visit their website at cambridgehumanesociety.org. If you're looking to adopt a pet, all their profiles are on cambridgehumanesociety.org. And also every Wednesday at the Cambridge District Humane Society, for those people in the Cambridge area who are struggling financially with the cost of dog and cat and pet food, you can pick up pet food, dog food, cat food at the Cambridge District Humane Society on Wednesdays. If you're struggling with the cost of it, they like to help out every Wednesday. Please drop by at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge. Or if you have pet food that you can no longer use, please consider donating it to the Cambridge District Humane Society as well. And a special shout out again to Turkster Lumber at 170 Beverly Street in Cambridge, Ontario. They did 3 barbecues this summer at Turkster Lumber and raised $725.25 for the Cambridge and District Humane Society. So shout out to the entire staff at Turkster Lumber, again at 170 Beverly Street in Cambridge, Ontario. builditbetter.ca. Check out their website, and thank you so much for your support. I was at their last barbecue along with Zach and Caitlin, and I think in about an hour and a half, we must have sold 80 burgers. So it was a great experience, and thank you so much, Turkster Lumber, who gave me a t-shirt as well. Thank you to the manager, Richard. As we wrap up this show, guys, Live with CDP Sports Entertainment Talk Show is live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, Twitch, LinkedIn, and now available on Instagram. Make sure you follow and like me on those platforms. You can also check out my mini website at beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme. I am a content creator as well, guys, so check me out on TikTok at Chris Palme, and I want to thank you to my 1,000 followers. I have managed to get back to 1,000 plus followers on TikTok. So if you want to follow my content, I post on TikTok a lot. Go to TikTok at Chris Palme and make sure you follow me there as well. A lot of great content. StreamYard is the official live stream provider of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. If you're into webinars or live streaming or podcasting, check out StreamYard.com. They have basic free plans, paid professional plans like I have, or if you're a business that does a lot of webinars or live streaming, go to StreamYard.com/sales department for pricing as well. And yours truly has been with StreamYard now for 4.5 years, and I give them a big thumbs up. Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, the audio versions on these platforms: iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify for podcasters, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, LinkedIn, Pandora, Tuned In, YouTube Music, Good Pods. Please remember to subscribe, follow, and share on the audio platforms as well. Finally, guys, you can email live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show at cpame19@gmail.com. Any comments, questions, suggestions, feedback would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you'd like to support and contribute to my content on my YouTube channel and my talk shows, you really like my content and my media work, I would appreciate any tips you can give me on PayPal. You can PayPal me at cpame19@gmail.com on PayPal if you're interested in contributing and supporting my 3 talk shows and my content on my YouTube channel. And I want to say thank you to my 681 YouTube subscribers. And also, I have reached over 500,000 views. I'm over 503,000 plus views. So thank you to everyone for subscribing and watching my content on my YouTube channel as well. And before we wrap up this show, guys, I wanted to promote one of my friend's little business. Her name is Nikki, and she has her own business called Vogue B Star Vogue Spa, located at 2 Pier Drive in Guelph. The website is Fresha, that's fresh with an A.com, or you can call Nikki at 519-214, that's 519-214-5898. And Nikki's services include facial and massages, women's haircuts, blow dry, and many other services. So check out Vogue Spa, located at 2 Pier Drive in Guelph. And the website is www.fresh, like the word fresh with an A, fresha.com, or you can call Nikki at 519-214-5898. And she cut my hair recently at First Choice Haircutters on 1005 Paisley Road. So if you want to get a haircut, you can do it at First Choice with Nikki or her business as well. And I got one more comment before we reach the end of this show. Nikki Styles Baker, great work watching on Facebook. Well, Nikki, thank you so much. I really appreciate your friendship and support. And I want to say thank you to everyone watching this live stream and also on my audio platforms as well. I want to do one more quick shout out before I wrap up this show, guys. I know it's Labor Day Monday and you guys want to watch CFL football. The Argos-Hamilton game at last count was 15-13 Toronto at halftime. That game should be over now, so fingers crossed the Argos could pull off a win today. And the 6 o'clock game is Edmonton and Calgary on TSN as well. Want to give a shout out to Cipriana's Pizzeria. Cipriana's Pizzeria. The owner's name is Andrea. They're located at 22 Queen Street West, Cambridge, Ontario. Telephone number 519-220-1295. 519-220-1295. They're located at 22 Queen Street West in Cambridge, Ontario. Cipriana's Pizza. They have lasagna, gluten-free, dairy-free, daily specials, Greek salad. They have wings, lasagna, and their pizza is delicious. So if you're in the Haspler area, check out Cipriana's Pizzeria and say hi to their owner Andrea for me as well. Really good pizza, and I'm going to try out their wings and lasagna at some point in the very near future. And again, I want to say thank you to my guest today, Jay Parker, for coming on here from Jay Parker Sports Agency Management and a WNBA agent as well. I hope everybody has a great rest of the Labor Day Monday. And for CFL fans, enjoy Calgary and Edmonton at 6 o'clock. And we'll see you back here tomorrow night, Tuesday, September 2nd at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 on the West Coast, with my special guest, San Diego comedian and political commentator Chelsea Godds. It's going to be quite an interesting show, so check us out. And that is about it. And thank you to Barry Cullen Chevrolet for sponsoring this show. Have a great rest of your Labor Day, everybody, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night for another edition of Live with CDP Sports Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership. Good night, everybody.